Now to our series, What Your Kids Don't Want You to Know. And this morning, a parenting alert about kids and teens exploited online, coerced into sending explicit images. TJ Holmes here with the story of one young woman who now has the courage to speak out. Hey, TJ.
George, parents need to hear this. One photo is all it takes. A stranger online convinces your child to send one explicit photo and then uses it to blackmail the child into sending more and more explicit photos. This is the new form of sexual assault and sexual harassment, and overwhelmingly our children are the targets.
I just wanted to be alone. I felt horrible.
The pain is still fresh for Bethany Bertlow and her mom, Alana.
I'm watching my child just melt and break. As a parent, you want to fix it. You can't fix this.
When Bethany was in high school, she says she was a victim of sexual exploitation.
I got a text that said, I have some photos of you. If you don't do what I say, you're going to regret it.
For 3 years, Bethany says she received threatening text messages from an anonymous number. Someone claimed to have explicit photos of her and demanded that she send more. Scared, she sent pictures, hoping that harassment would stop. But she says it didn't.
Oh, send me this. Oh, send me that. If you don't do this, you're gonna hate the consequences.
What Bethany describes is called sextortion. And according to the FBI, it's a growing internet crime where victims, often children, are coerced into providing sexually explicit images or videos that are then used as blackmail.
The perpetrator is trying to normalize his or her behavior towards the victim. So suggesting that everybody sends nudes and therefore it's okay for the victim to do so. And that's a process that can take place over weeks, months, even years in some instances.
Bethany stopped sending photos, and then the unthinkable. She says the explicit photos were emailed to her family and friends, even posted on X-rated websites.
I was in nominations for Homecoming Queen, and I had friends in choir, and once everything went out, I had no friends.
Police say Bethany was actually tormented by a fellow student at her high school. The suspect, Chris Herzl. He's now in jail facing 6 felonies, including distribution of child pornography. Herzl has not yet entered a plea.
When a parent allows a child to go online unsupervised, it's basically dropping their child on one of the most dangerous corners in the city.
As for Bethany, her biggest piece of advice: speak out.
Tell your parents they're not going to be mad at you. They'll want to help you. Whatever you do, don't send those pictures because they can come back and haunt you.
And important there, don't be afraid to tell your parents. TJ's back here along with Callahan Walsh from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And Cal, let me begin with, we know the problem is growing. The Justice Department has reached out to you guys to help make a PSA to warn parents. Lots and lots of victims out there.
Yeah, we've been tracking sextortion cases at the center since late 2013, and we've had over 1,700 reports to the cyber tip line. The majority are females, are young girls, and the average age is about 15 years old.
And TJ, once these photos get out there, what can be done?
Not a whole lot, unless they go up on an actual website, one of these revenge porn websites. Maybe police could get it down, but most of the time they're being passed along person to person. You can't really track those down. And this is a reminder here, George, don't ever send an explicit photo of yourself, even if it's that boyfriend or girlfriend with whom you are currently in love. When you break up, a bad breakup, what happens? That's what happened to that young lady. She had a breakup with a boyfriend she'd sent a picture to. Bad breakup, then he sends it out.
But if you do, don't be afraid to go talk to your parents. But Cal, what about if the kids don't come forward? What kind of warning signs can parents look for?
We've talked to many parents, and what some of the things that they've seen, and it does vary from case to case, but some of the things they've seen is a withdrawal from social interaction and social situations, and a decrease in energy levels as well. We had one victim; she was required to send over 60 images a night to her predator.
60 images.
60 images a night, and so if they're staying up late at night doing this in the bedroom, you could see that affect them in the morning. But again, like I said, it does vary from case to case.
And if parents do discover this has happened to their kids come forward, what can they do at that point?
They need to report it, either to the cyber tip line at the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children and to their local authorities as well. Although sometimes with local police, they don't have the resources or the expertise that the National Center does, but it's all important to report it.
And how do they contact you guys?
Missingkids.org/cybertip. Cyber tip line.